Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prastayo Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Niti Namine Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prastayo Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Niti Namine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Sunyavadi Prasachare Sotarine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Sunyavadi Prasachare Sotarine Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihare Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihare Gopichana Vallabha Girivaradhare Gopichana Vallabha Girivaradhare Yasodanandana Brajajana Ranjana Yasodanandana Brajajana Ranjana Yamunatira Vanachari Yamunatira Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihare Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihare Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadha Shivasare Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadha Shivasare Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. Srila Prabhupada Ki Kantaraj Srimad Bhagavatam Ki Kantaraj Srimad Bhagavad Gita Ki Gaura Bhaktavin Ki Vitai Gopramanande Hari Hari Bo. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Hare Krishna. So this morning Bhagavatam class we are in 4th canto, chapter 24, text 49, and the title for the chapter is Chanting the Song by Lord Shiva. Vaishnavanam yata sambho ki. Hare Krishna. It's always beautiful to always glorify the Vaishnavas. I will learn that in our society, we are Kripasiddhas. You're always hankering for the mercy of the Vaishnavas. And there's no better way to execute bhakti, devotional service, in association of devotees, Vaishnavas, which is very rare. So text 49. Simha Skanda Tviso Bibrat Sobhaga Griva Kostubham Sriyana Paya Sriyana. Okay, let's do it. Sriyana Painya Sipta Nikasas Mora Solasat Nikasas Mora Solasat Shimmaskanda Tviso Bibrat Simhaskanda Tviso Bibrat Sobhaga Griva Kostubam Sobhaga Griva Kostubam Sriya Painya Shipta Shriyana Painya Shipta Nikasas Mora Solasat Nikasas mora solasat. Simaskanda tiso bibrat. Shobhaga griva kostubham. Sriyana painya shipta. Nikasas mora solasat. Simha, a lion. Skandha, shoulders. Tisaha, the coils of hair. Bibrat, bearing. Subhaga, fortunate. Griva, neck. Koshtubham, the pearl of the name. Shriya, beauty. Anapainya, never decreasing. Shipta, defeating. Nikasa, the stone for testing gold. Asma, stone. Urasa, with a chest. Ulasat, glittering. Translation for Prabhupada is Evangelist Prabhupada. Okay. The Lord has shoulders just like a lion's. Upon these shoulders are garlands, necklaces, and epaulettes. Epaulettes is a French word. Épaule means shoulder. Okay. And all of these are always glittering. Beside this, there is the beauty of the kostuba, money, pearls. And on the dark chest of the Lord, there are streaks, named Srivatsa, which are sign of the goddess of fortune. The glittering of these streaks excel the beauty of the golden streaks on a gold testing stone. Indeed, such beauty defeats a gold testing stone. Okay, please repeat after me. The Lord has shoulders just like a lion's. Upon these shoulders are garlands, necklaces, epaulettes, and all of these are always glittering. Beside these, there is the beauty of the kostuba, money, pearl. And on the dark chest of the Lord, there are streaks named Srivatsa, which are signs of the goddesses of fortune. The glittering of these streaks excel the beauty of the golden streak on a gold testing stone. Indeed, such beauty defeats a gold testing stone. Om Jnana Timirandasya Jnanandana Shalakya Chakshuramitam Jnana Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Okay. Purport. The curling hair on the shoulders of a lion always appears very, very beautiful. Similarly, the shoulders of the Lord were just like a lion's, and the necklace and the garlands, along with the costebard pearls necklace, combine to excel the beauty of a lion. The chest of the Lord is streaked with Srivatsa lion, and the sign of the goddesses of fortune. Consequently, the Lord's chest excels the beauty of a testing stone for gold, the black siliceous stone on which gold is rubbed. To test its value always look very beautiful, being streaked with gold lines. Yet the chest of the Lord excels even such a stone in its beauty. Krishnaika Cheta Manamoha Vinasakaring Madhusakra Prabhupada Swami Dasabudi Paribudi Mandabudim Sanchintayami Charano Tava Bhakti Hetu. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shaddaita Shigarada Shivas Adigora Bhaktavinda. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, once again. Yeah, I like to touch it. Yeah. Thank you. Hare. All right. A speaker take a seat on a Vyasasan and accept garlands on behalf of Srila Prabhupada and sit on a Vyasasan to honor the scripture. That's why a speaker is giving an elevated platform, not because the speaker is more advanced than the listener, but just to honor the scripture, the speaker is given an elevated platform. No one should refuse such seat when it's offered, because that seat is to respect the scripture. That meant is non-different from the Lord, must be more elevated on a higher platform than us. All right, thank you, Prabhu. This is a beautiful verse. Although, when I first read this verse, it describes everything about the supremacy of the Supreme Lord, Sri Krishna. Although Srila Prabhupada described as the powerful, the respectful position of the Lord in such an elevated platform, that then the Lord need to be offered the best of all. Everything's best need to be offered to the Lord. So this verse described about these two jewels or ornaments that the Lord, in this verse, Prabhupada emphasized, this Sivatsa and the Kaustubha jewels. It is said that just like Narayan, Vishnu accept these two ornaments, that those ornaments enhance the beauty of Lord Vishnu and the power of the Lord as the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So it's good to know that the origin of these two ornaments. So if you read, I think, if I'm not mistaken, from the 8th canto of Srimad Bhagavatam, this Srivatsa and Kaustubha, especially Kaustubha jewel, is described how it was offered to the Lord for the first time. You know the story, the churning of the ocean, and lot of items, personalities, and a lot of valuable things came out after churning the ocean or while churning the ocean. Of course, there were also one of the part of it that came out was the poison as well. And then, of course, we offered the prayers to Lord Shiva in the beginning, Vaishnava Namajata Sambho, that a Vaishnava is always paradukha dukhi, always unhappy in the unhappiness of other living entities, and he is happy in the happiness of others. A non-devotee, his happiness derived from the pain of others and unhappiness of others. That's the difference between a devotee and a non-devotee. The one who is not in a devotional life, and those who are dedicated in the service of the Lord. So coming to the story, when then the ocean was turned, and then these items came. So when these Kaustuba jewels appeared, and then it was the Devata Devis, I don't like to use the word demigods, but anyway, demigods, they actually concluded that this item is so valuable, it's the most precious, because the word Kaustuba, Kaustuba itself means it's a very a valuable item, Yeah. And tuba means glittering, and comb is valuable. So it's most valuable, and it's considered the most valuable piece of, you can say, described here, that the pearls that ever existed. So they decided who can be the better person to be wearing that. So the demigod decided they should be offered to Lord Vishnu. So of course, Lakshmi Devi also appeared as Mohini Murti also. And Lakshmi Devi also resides on the chest of Lord Vishnu, described here as Shri Vatsa, which means, Shri means Lakshmi, and Vatsa means the beloved of Vishnu. So Shri Vatsa is on the chest of the Lord, as is like a tuft of hair, sometimes described as white, sometimes it do have the glittering, little bit of gold, shiny, but it's white, and it's on the chest of the Lord, that it cannot be separated. We cannot worship Lakshmi individually, but Lakshmi should be offered, prayers should be worshipped together with Narayan, or like Sitaram, all the Vishnu Tattvas, or Lakshmi Narayan, Sitaram, Lakshmi Narayan, and then sing Nrsingadev and Lakshmi, and then of course Radha and Krishna. Radharani non-different Lakshmi is the expansion of Srimati Radharani, and then everything valuable should be offered to the Lord. And then Srila Prabhupada always say that it cannot be compromised. Everything should be offered. The question will be raised, but we don't worship Lakshmi Narayan. We worship Radha and Krishna. So Radha Krishna, we always say he's a coward boy. He's simple. And then what's the sense of so much of opulence that should be offered? Everything should be prepared in ghee. The best jewelry should be offered. The most valuable. You have to find out how the outfit of the Lord that's wear on daily basis. They are quite expensive, very expensive, and they offer to. And Krishna is a coward boy. Why so much of opulence should be offered to Radha and Krishna? Because it's supposed to be simple village boy and the coward boy. Why should be offered like that? Srila Prabhupada, we worship Radha Krishna, but we worship Radha Krishna in the mood of Lakshmi Narayan. Worshipping Radha Krishna in a mood of Lakshmi Narayan. That means the standard should be high, just like you serving a king and a queen. The standard should be really, really high. And Srila Prabhupada said, whatever standard of worship of the deities is established in our ISKCON centers, it doesn't come even close to what the standard should be. Prabhupada said, if I'll tell you all the proper standard of worship of the deity, you will faint. So we have simplified the worship of the deities, but it has to be to the highest standard. And then, talking to the standard of the worship of Radha Krishna and mood of Lakshmi Narayan, so you can hear the bell. So there's an offering that's been done. So with this offering done, so there was a meeting with the Pujari, with Giriraj Swami. How many know? How many doesn't know? Don't know about Giriraj Maharaj. Sri Radha Radhanath ki, Sriman Mahaprabhu ki. So Giriraj Maharaj had his meeting with Pujari, and then devotees actually, because he just arrived from the airport, and then he had prasad, he had this, he came late. It was last offering, which last offering is about 8:30, right? No? No, Arti is 9 and offering of the Boga is 8:30. So that offering was kept, there's pakora, chutney and things like that, was given to Giriraj Maharaj when he came. So then when he took a bite and then he couldn't finish it. He couldn't finish it, and then and that's supposed to be Mahaprasad. Every particle, every bit of it should be eaten, That's why devotees say, you lick the finger, it's uncivilized. But devotees, they don't care, because every bit of it is prasad. And then sometimes you see devotees, after eating prasad, they goggle their mouth, they don't spit it out, they drink them. You say, oh, that's so gross, He said, no, the prasad is still around in the can. So anyway, that'll be the advanced stage, what I'm saying. You have to get there still. So Maharaj said, who prepared this? Who made this? He couldn't finish it. And it was not cooked. It was uncooked. The pastry, the batter was cooked, fried, but the inside was not cooked. That devotee actually who made it, I can't mention the name. So the devotee made it, so he used squash, and he put in the batter and fried it. So how the squash going to really, really cook? Unless you steam it, you steam it. Anyway, I'll give you a cooking class. Unless you steam it and you put the batter, you cook it, that's fine. But if you don't steam it and you expect to cut, that's how you make potato, you slice it nice and thin so that it cook. So Maharaj said, this is not a standard. He said, Radha Krishna, although he's a coward boy, the worship should be Lakshmi Narayan's mood, everything to the best. Yeah? So there was another incident of, then the Maharaj said, Saksi, you should teach them, So Maharaj said, no, you didn't say like exactly. You said, Saksi is a good cook. Saksi is a good cook. And then he should, show them how to do this. The Maharaj said, I told Maharaj, Maharaj, I repeat my preps all the time. I keep repeating them. I don't. Again, Maharaj said, you better repeat it, then you speculate. You better repeat your recipe, then you have this concoction. A lot of devotees, no offense, they will come to cook. They are not cooks. Okay, no offense. They will come because all the ingredients are free, It's in the deity kitchen, the ghee is free, all the boga is free. So I'm going to learn a new recipe, without spending 1 cent from my pocket. That's wrong. So I have seen that devotees throwing baked cake we never make a cake in their life. They try it in a deity kitchen, and then they take it and dump it in a bin. I've seen that. I did deity service for 20 years. Other temples as well, here, Mauritius and other places. But the standard of worship of Radha Krishna should be in the mood of Lakshmi Narayan. how can we make something that we can't eat ourselves? Then we offer it to the Lord, the deities. Maharaj made another point. Bhakti Maharaj, I became his, when I became a disciple, I was the only one that time. And I was traveling with him, and Maharaj came to one temple. Then when I went there, those devotees, took the opportunity. They saw me there. Said, Prabhu, do you like to cook the Rasboga? But I was serving Maharaj, so it was difficult for me. Till I told Maharaj, can I just take leave for a few hours? He said, He said, no, I need to do the Rasboga. Maharaj says, fine. Hey, Maharaj, but how I'm supposed to prepare? Maharaj was, simple prasad. And he said, don't worry, I'll have Mahaprasad, whatever you prepared. So I made Rasboga, but Maharaj said, you know what, but you must make that kofta. So there's one kofta Maharaj likes. I said, you offer to the deities, and I will have whatever you prepared. So I went in and cut the story short, that I prepared, and I was in the kitchen, and then the devotee came, and I'm looking for rice. There was no rice, so they brought rice, 1 cup of rice. So the standard of Rasboga is you have to put 2 different rice, and so I have to split the 1 cup of rice into 2, make a fancy rice, made a plain rice, 1 cup of rice. So there was no rice left for. Anyway, I won't tell you now. So what happened? So Rasboga was ready. Then I'm waiting for Pujari to come. There were no Pujari. So Pujari didn't come. They came and told me, Prabhu, can you do the offering? So I made the offering. Then I cooked the offering, the boga, and they say offering for the Lord. Then I have to do the offering on the altar. Then I have to, because I don't like to go on the altar if I'm sweating, because I feel it's not a good standard that I'm sweating and I go on the altar. It's not right. Because also I like to wear my silk because it's clean, but still I've been for a few hours in that clothes. I feel it's not clean anymore. But I had no choice. I had to go on the altar and do the offering. So while sitting having the prasad, Guru Maharaj told me, you know what, Saksi, come and sit here next to me. That's said, Guru Maharaj, I like to serve, I like to serve. He said, no, don't worry, somebody else will serve. So I sat down 1 chair away from Maharaj, Probably I knew that. So, so what was coming? They offered Maharaj rice, and Maharaj was having prasad and have the kofta that I made and liked. And he was eating, and then they offered him the kachori. I like to make my kachori nice and big, a lot of filling in on it. So they gave Maharaj this kachori. Maharaj ate the kachori, and the devotee who served the kachori, they gave the wrong kachori, to the wrong person. Or you can say, right kachori for the right person to chastise me. So that kachori was so big that there was not enough ghee in the kitchen. So my kachori was half out, half in, and I had to flip it to fry it nicely. So the kachori is supposed to be deep fried, it should be floating, not touching the bottom. So the kachori got burned. So I scraped it a little bit, but I couldn't scrape all. So they gave that same kachori to Maharaj to eat. Maharaj took a bite, and so they turned the kachori outside. It was dark, black. And then it showed me, Saksi, what is this? I said, Guru Maharaj, there was not enough ghee. So I couldn't fry the kachori properly. Then he turned to the temple president, there's no ghee? Then the president said, no, there is ghee. Okay. So Maharaj continued eating. Then he ate, they brought rice. Guru Maharaj, he never used to take sweet rice. That day he asked for sweet rice. He said, I have 1 spoon of sweet rice. They gave him sweet rice. Then he took 1 spoon and sweet rice, he put it in his mouth. Then he put it down. Turned at me, this is not sweet rice. I said, Guru Maharaj, yes, it's not sweet rice, it's sego. He said, this is not the standard. He all looked at me. I said, Guru Maharaj, there was no rice. So he turned to the president, there's no rice in the DD kitchen? There is rice, Guru Maharaj, there is rice. Maharaj it was too much. Guru Maharaj said, he's saying there's no rice, you saying there is rice. Did you check the kitchen if there were the ingredients? No, I'll check. He said, it's your duty to go check. Especially the deity kitchen should have the boga required for the. He said, if you carry on like this, Krishna will leave this temple. The Lord won't stay here. And soon the temple closed down. Hare Krishna. The temple closed down. Imagine temple closed down. So these are. We shouldn't be, Prabhupada always say, don't be casual. Casual become casualties. You're not careful with the knife, we can carve a beautiful, people carve this fruit, beautiful. Imagine you're not careful, you cut yourself. But you don't blame the knife, because you've been careless, So it is like that. So the standard should be really, really high. So Prabhupada spoke, another point he made, he spoke about, all right. So talking about his two jewelry, the two items, Kaustubha jewels and that's Srivasta, the curly, beautiful hair on the chest of the Lord represent Lakshmi Devi, and the jewels. The jewel is like just an emerald, like this, like a pendant. But you see Vishnu wearing it with other jewelry mixed with it. You see that it's right on the chest. So Jiva Goswami explained in Bhagavad Sandarbha. So Jiva Goswami, he's the youngest. He was the youngest among the 6 Goswamis. But under the supervision of Sanatana Goswami and Rupa Goswami, Jiva Goswami wrote this Bhagavad Sandarbha. In that Bhagavad Sandarbha, Jiva Goswami explained his two jewels. He established the supreme, that second part, Bhagavad Sandarbha is the second. So the 6th Sandarbha, Sat Sandarbha, written by Jiva Goswami, later translated by Banu Maharaj and another devotee. So that Sandarbha is about plus minus 500 pages or so, and then quite. That one, Jiva Goswami established the supremacy of Lord Krishna as the supreme person of Godhead, and he described his two jewelries beautifully. So this jewelry is described. Then. And also, that jewelry represents one of the 6 opulence that Lord has in full. Aswarya samagrasya virasya yasasarya dhanam aswarya bhavasya sana bhaga itingana. So, Vedavyas Muni's father, Parasar Muni, in his book called Parasa Smriti, he described beauty, wealth, strength, fame, knowledge, and renunciation, the 6 opulence that the Lord has in full that no other Lord has. In full. So this Kaustubha represent the jewelry, the opulence in full. That's what they say. The Lord has the most, valuable, that Kaustubha represent the opulence that the Lord has in full. That's one of them. So, now, Vishnu wears these Kaustubha jewels. But now, there's a beautiful book written by Sanatana Goswami, Brihad Bhagavatam. This Brihad Bhagavatam is in 2 sections. Yeah. There's the Purva and Uttara. There's 2, the first and the second, the last. So this book, he actually described, there's 2 parts. There's one section where the Gop Kumar, Swarup, he's trying to find his origin, where he came from. So the first part, and the first one is Narad Muni, try to establish who the greatest devotee of the Lord. And the second part is, this Gop Kumar wanted to find out his origin, and he wanted to go back to the Lord. Gop Kumar, he was initiated by his guru, but when his guru initiated him, he fainted. So he couldn't really get a lot of information. When he gave him his mantra, and then he actually got this mantra, started chanting. He said, this mantra will liberate you and get you to your supreme destination. So he chanted this mantra. This Gop Kumar going to different planets, like that. Atal, Vital, Sutal, Mata. So this is lower planet system. Then Mahalok, Janalok, Tapalok, and go on Satyalok, Brahmalok, and then go to Vaikuntha planet. So he was rewarded with his mantra. He was promoting himself in one planet to another, but he was not satisfied. He was not satisfied because he wanted to be in Goloka Vrindavan. So he eventually ended up in Vaikuntha. When he entered Vaikuntha, and then he paid his obeisances. He saw Lord Vishnu. He paid his obeisances. Then, with the blessing, so Lord Vishnu told him, but I am not the supreme. He said, I'm not the supreme. So now that you're here, in Vaikuntha planet, you will have 4 arms as well. You will also have 4 arms, because everybody got 4 arms. So you will have 4 arms as well. He said, he was not interested, He said, how do you identify that who is the supreme? He said, big of these 2, which ornaments? The Srivasta and this Kaustubha jewels. Only the supreme Narayan, he has, not other Vishnus that with the 4 arms, the inhabitants or the residents of Vaikuntha planet. Yeah. So this is how it's described that the Lord, these jewels are so precious. So they establish the supremacy of the Supreme Person of Godhead. So I come to the point, like how that why the Lord should be offered the best of everything. And see the best of everything. Eventually, who honors the remnants is the devotees. So the opulence enjoyed by the Supreme Lord, eventually his devotee also enjoy the same opulence, the same advantage. Because I was traveling with Maharaj, I was traveling with Maharaj in the same car, and I would eat the same prasad that he was having. Whatever. Anyway, nowadays you can eat quinoa. So anyway, but so we got 2 simple boiled food, steam, like that. It's a good sign. It's nice. So always you can, but always prepare separately, and then we have an opulent feast for the devotees who are not following the diets. But my point is that the opulence of the Lord, the devotees also enjoy the same opulence. Yeah? I said that before. There's Uddhava. Uddhava was enjoying the same opulence. In fact, he had the Swarupya Mukti. He had the same complexion. He had the Swarupya Mukti. He had the same complexion that Lord Krishna had. Looking just like Lord Krishna. And he was make it even more confusing when he started wearing all the leftovers clothing of the Lord and all whatever remnants the Lord had, and he wear. And that's why when he went to the messenger, the gopi thought Krishna was coming. When he saw Uddhava, he just like Krishna. Yeah. Just like a lover will know that this is not my loved one. So Gopi decided, no, he can't be Krishna. Krishna has his own. Tribanga, the 3 bandits. Okay, Lord Krishna has 3 special that you can identify. Is only never separated from those 3. His Tribanga form is like, and his peacock feather, and he's in his flute. Always, Prabhupada make sure when devotee do a painting, Prabhupada emphasize that those items should be, even not all, but at least 1 or 2 items must be there, like the peacock feathers and all this. And talking about peacock feather, this Radhanath Maharaj described this, that Krishna, just like Lord Vishnu has his Kaustubha jewels and Srivasa, and Lord Krishna has his flute and his peacock feathers. Why peacock feather? Because peacock feathers, Radhanath Maharaj explained the story how peacock feather, the origin of the peacock feather that came into existence is like that peacock feather was offered by a peacock. What is a peacock and a peahen, right? So the peacock, there was a festival where Radhanath Maharaj explained there's such a mood at feast and dancing and singing. Then as an item of humble offering that it was offered by this peacock to Lord Krishna, and Lord Krishna takes it and then immediately put it on his head, and he placed it there. That Radhan Maharaj explained that taking something from somebody you may consider inferior, and you don't put that on your head. You can put it somewhere else, but not on your head. So Lord Krishna depicting the humility that one should have. That how his devotees are so dear that he takes this humble offering of a pick of feather, falling on the ground and taking and putting on his head. And then Maharaj also explained, same way the Lord has tilak. That tilak is from the dust of the gopis, from the dust from the feet of the gopis that applied on the forehead of the Lord. And Radharani doesn't have tilak. Why? They will say, why Radharani doesn't have tilak? Because that's the dust from her feet. So that's the dust from her lotus feet. I'm not going to take this thing and put it on my head. Also, when Lord Krishna wind up his pastime on his planet, and all the gopis, some of the gopis, they drowned themselves in a river Yamuna, because the sacred river and Ganges, the sacred rivers, the origin is the lotus feet of the Lord. So actually, they went back to the Lord, to Goloka Vrindavan. And then some of the gopi, they transform into Gopi Chandan. That we call Gopi Chandan. You heard that? Did you hear that? We call Gopi Chandan. So they transform and they into those clay that devotees applies on the forehead. Radharani wears tilak. Srimati Radharani on the bank of Yamuna, that the devotee describes where Lord Krishna would put gopi dot on Srimati Radharani, and then that's the only time Radharani will have tilak that's applied by the Lord himself. Otherwise, only wear. So this also coming back to this. So this chapter of singing the song by Lord Shiva is very, very important, because it says Shruti Smiti Puranadi Pancharatika Bidibina Aikanti Harir Bhakti Upataya Kalpate. It says all the Shruti Smitis, the source of all the knowledge is coming from Shruti and Smriti that's been heard or spoken. This is the source of all the knowledge. And then in this chapter, Lord Shiva, when he glorifying Lord Krishna, saying that he being the Supreme Person of Godhead, that is a prime occupational duty of all humankind. Save pumsam paro dharma yato bhakti atoksate ahaituki aprati hataya dharma supirisadi. So that the supreme dharma of all the living entities, he said, speaking, and he's saying, is to be a servant of the Lord. That be a servant of the Lord. And he said there's no happiness, there's no anand than being absorbed in chanting the name of the Lord, and absorbed in a thought of the Supreme Person of God, that there's no other pleasures that can exist. Yeah. He also said, Rama Rameti Rameti, Rama Rama Varanane, Sahasanama Vistulyam Rama Rama Varanane. Sita Devi, Parvati asked Lord Shiva, you absorb in this samadhi always, please describe, please explain. He said, it's beautiful. He said, when I sing, I like to chant Sankarshans. Shiva Shankar is Narayan. Shiva Shankar, that's why Shiva Shankar is linked with Narayan. So he chant the name of Ram Ram Rameti Rameti. It's so pleasing that more I chant, more I want to chant. So There's Lord Shiva emphasizing that how important it is that we absorb so much that we know our occupational duty, our individuality. That's the beauty of it. As I said earlier, the Gopkumar named Swarup, Gopkumar, when he traveled all these planets, he said he refused to stay in Vaikuntha. The whole refused to stay in Vaikuntha, I mean, you refuse? We go to Vaikuntha, and just where there's no anxieties and just stay there and chill and, never get destroyed, eternal planets. And so but he was not interested. He said, no, he won't. So he continued chanting his mantras. And then he reached Goloka Vrindavan. When he found out that he was Goloka Vrindavan, he reached, and he actually fainted there. and the Lord was not there at that time, so he was going to go his daily routine. So that's how he reunited with the Supreme Person of Godhead. A devotee, the only desire that can be offered all these pleasures in the world, they're not interested. And like I said earlier, that we execute the devotional service in an association of devotees. I wrote this offering on a Vyas Puja of Giriraj Maharaj. I mentioned this verse. Tuliyamalya vinapina swargam napunat bhavam bhagavat sangi sangasya martyanam kim utasisa. There is no swargam napunat bhavam. This tuliyapana. Bhagavat Sangi, the association of there's a book Bhagavat and a devotee Bhagavat. Association of devotees, they are so rare, they cannot be compared to any kind of benediction, even receiving the going to heavenly planets, or what to speak of other benediction that people desire in this material world. It cannot be compared to a moment association. Just a moment association cannot be compared to all those rewards that anyone can hunker. And then there was this story about, this incident where Prabhupada had this Pandal program in Bombay. And that Pandal, thousands of people came, and then Prabhupada was so happy, so happy. People coming in here and participating. And he told the organizer, I forgot his name, he said, you know what, I'm so happy, it's like, and the Lord to be so pleased with you that so many people got opportunity to come and listen to Bhagavat Sapta, about glories of the Lord and His devotees. It's so beautiful. Anyway, so many people benefited. He said, you're this lifetime, when you leave this body, you're going back to Krishna. Hare Krishna, Srila Prabhupada ki. This life, you leave this body, you're going back to Krishna. How would you react if somebody tell you like that? How would you react? You jump from the chair, right? So, this man said, no, Swami, no. No, don't say that. No, don't say. Swamiji, don't say that. I want to go to heavenly planets where I can drink somaras. So we don't have to be so foolish. Swami, don't say it. I want to go to heavenly planet and drink somaras. Yeah. With somara, you go have heavenly planets. The heavenly planets is not an eternal place. It's just like a pot of honey. There is honey in the pot, but there's some honey that fell outside the pot. This is what your pleasure you get when you go to Brahma Jyoti and all that. The pot of honey, but that whatever fell outside, you went and licked that, right? When is that finished? No more left. Then what do? You fall down. This is what. And devotee don't desire. There's one liberation that devotee never ever desire is to become one with the Lord. How you call that? Sayuja Mukti, right? Okay. To become one with the Lord, impersonalist. To become one, they don't want to become one. Prabhupada said, devotee acting devotional service, not when they leave the body, they become nothing. If you tell a Mayavadi person, telling him what, okay, let me kill you, and you become nothing, then you get liberation. You become nothing. No, we don't want to become nothing. Prabhupada said, a green tree enter a green bird enter a green tree to become one with the tree. That's foolish, right? A green tree, in French you say catovea. You know, these parrots, the green parrots come into the branch of the tree and sit there, and then you say, oh, see there, the bird became one with the tree. That's foolish, right? And the bird will enjoy, stretch the wings a little bit, and eat some fruits, and chill a little bit, and fly. Prabhupada, that foolish people think all the rivers go in the ocean and become one. So the river became one with the ocean. Prabhupada said, fine, you see like that, the water mingle will become one. Then Mayavadi is saying, when we get liberation, you become one with God, you become nothing. Prabhupada said, intelligent people, they dive in the ocean and see that, there's aquatics, those living entities reside, living in the ocean and the water. They're all individual. Some like coral, some don't like the seaweeds, some like seaweeds to be around there, they don't like seaweeds. Some stay in the sand. One going left, one going right, all the individuality is still there. So Krishna doesn't take the individuality from us when we get liberated. What we're doing now, you will do the same thing. I'm not talking about doing material activities. All the spiritual activities that you do, you will do the same thing. And then you're happy with that. Yeah? So Prabhupada said, if you desire such liberation, at the time of, when these impersonalists, they go to Brahmajyoti and enjoy the so-called pleasures, and they fall down. Just like somebody have your bank balance. They'll have your saving in a bank. You got saving in a bank, and then and you squander the money. You spend the money, right? And then you like the statement coming, and you see a balance gone low, right? So this is what happened. When you squander all your punya, whatever punya they did, whatever good activity they did, you get a bank balance. But if you want to, it is already wasted. You have nothing left. And you come back to this material world and you take birth again. Then you come. Rain falls, greens, plants grows, eat it, transferred in the body, and go to human body, then all these things have another body. Again, birth, disease, old age, death. And go to primary school, the teacher hold your hand, make a zero, and put a tail, make a letter A. A small letter A. Zero, put a tail. You did that, no? See? So you go to preschool, pre-primary, whatever it is. And like that. So devotees are liberated in the way they go to. They don't desire such liberation. They want to be engaged in the devotional service of the Lord eternally. And they are happy. Mama evam so jiva loka jiva bhuta sanatan. We are eternal, fragmental, part and parcel of God. And other parts supposed to be with the whole. Like a spark of fire stays in a fire, it will keep on burning. If a spark wants to separate, and it dies. We are like a drop of water, and the Lord is an ocean of water. Qualitatively one and quantitatively different. In quality, we're the same. The substance water the quality is the same. Same quality in the ocean, the drop of water have the same quality. But in quantity, the Lord is more. That's why the Lord has, aswarya samagrasya, viryasya yasasasya, dhanam sanambaga, itingana. Beauty, wealth, strength, fame, knowledge, renunciation, 6 opulence in full. That's why this verse explains that about the costable jewels, that the Lord has the most valuable jewel on his chest all the time. So he is the wealthiest. And Prabhupada explained something about that, about the stone, like glittering. It's compared the Lord Krishna as a lion, or Lord Vishnu as a lion, the king of the jungle. And then, so powerful, the lion stands out that way. You go in a park with the animal, which animal you looked at? I will go to the park and look for the lions. Do you have lions there? So we have, Mauritius, they brought some lions there now. Everybody love to go and see. And like that. So it describe the beauty of, you see, Prabhupada explained about the gold, the gold testing stone. A gold testing stone is a metamorphic stone. Metamorphic stone means, metamorphic is a Greek word. It's a Greek word that something had been transformed, not the original. So this touchstone, you call it touchstone sometime. This stone testing, the gold testing stone is like blackish, but it's hard, but not as hard as a solid rock. But it's been infused by SiO2, like silicon and oxygen. Like this. Science. You like science? So these stones are very rare, and their stone is not found anywhere. So some places, South Africa also got it. Then you got the UK, US, then in Andhra Pradesh, India got it. In all the place, India has the testing stone, the gold testing stone. How I know this thing? Because I had a friend, I used to go visit him, and I was so, really captivated with that stone that he was using to test the gold. So, you say that the beauty, it is so beautiful, that stone I used to look, it's like you see gold dust on it. You see a black, that's why I say when you do a decor, you put black and you put gold, frills, whatever you call this thing. Then you look very nice, black and gold. So he said, Lord Krishna is blackish, but his gold looks so beautiful. They enhance the beauty of the gold, not enhance the beauty of the Lord. And you look so nice. You heard that saying, oh, this thing looks so nice on you, right? Tell me that's true. The jewel look nice, the peacock feathers look nice on the Lord. Right? So these stones is, he said the beauty of that stone is so captivating, but they cannot be compared to the beauty of the Lord when he has these jewels around his neck, Kaustubha jewels, and the Srivasta on his chest. So it enhanced the beauty. The Lord has entire beauty, but it enhanced the beauty of the item. Hare Krishna. All right. My watch stopped working, so let's get track of this time. Give me time. 8:38. We passed it. Okay. All right. Hare Krishna. So we stop here, and then want to ask something? It'd be nice. Or did I went too fast and some topic, some section, or any question, or any comments, Prabhu? You can say. Hare Krishna. Srimad Bhagavatam ki, Srila Prabhupada ki, Gaura Bhaktivinoda ki jai.